got home today in just enough time to get them out for a fly. Weather is really good. We've got a couple of days of rain over the next 2 days, but the weekend should be clearing up to get them out back to 250 kilometers, which is good. They're flying quite well now, so I'm pretty happy with it. So pretty much that's all the flying birds now. Yellow team and what's left of the race team. Pretty rough little run, but yeah, a little bit of learning. So there's a few birds up there just playing at the moment, but they are moving, which is good. It's getting close to figuring out what we're going to do for breeding season. Some of these most likely will have to be used for breeding out of the race team. Depends on what we've got left, just because our numbers are pretty low, and I think it's run a bit late to try and source too many new birds. Just depends on the size, but we definitely need to breed some decent amount of birds this year if we want to be competitive, because we didn't have too good a trot this year, but they're actually moving pretty well now. I might just get some food and that set up for them. I'll have a bit of a look when they come back in, but hopefully they'll stay up for a bit longer. They're really enjoying it. Check on these boys, see what they're up to. Big Leo and a few others in here. We've got, like I said, we've got to make some real decisions on what we're going to do. We are quite low on birds, and I kind of got to sit down and figure out what we're doing next year, how many birds we need and what else is going on, just because I don't want to just keep, we need pairs. Realistically, it'd be nice to fill these boxes up. I don't really want to buy any more birds if I don't have to. I just don't want to get caught in that continuous cycle of buying birds, and I just hopefully we've got enough pairs to sort of see us through, but we need to figure out what kind of numbers we want to look at. Given that we've had some pretty heavy losses this year, we're facing a few little difficulties when it comes to the breeding thing. We've got to be reasonably selective on our birds. I do need to sit down. I have been trying to do it. I have mentioned it a few times, but trying to sit down and figure out who we can use, and what we can do. But it hasn't been as easy because we really don't have a lot of stock birds, which is pretty much, these are our main cocks here. Given the Thai grizzle, he's not really probably all these ones here are probably the more main ones. We probably will breed him again this year, but the Thai grizzle, it's at the back, but we will split him up. Didn't have very good luck with them this year. Didn't have any good luck with any of the colours, but yeah, we'll see how we go. It's just going to be a bit of a juggling act, I think, really, of how far we want to push the races, to whether or not we want to utilise them to breed as well, just because it's going to be light on, and I want to breed a lot more this year. I want to breed them pretty quickly. Don't want to drag on like last year where we just went on for ages and ages. Just want to get 1 to 3 rounds out pretty quick, so that we can get them all training and whatnot. So it's going to be fun. It's a bit of a juggling act, but I think we can do it. I just need to sit down and think and figure out how many of these boxes we can actually fill with pairs, and more so pairs that are actually going to be worth pairing together. That's the main thing. I don't want to just pair something up. Last year, that's what we did to build our numbers up. We sort of paired whatever we could to get the numbers up, but I don't think that worked overly too well. So this year we need to be a little bit smarter, sort of have a think at what pairs are going to be better off with each other and whatnot. So that's going to be coming up in the next few weeks, sorting out all these little decisions. I'm sort of in the background doing a lot of planning and mucking around and things like that, trying to figure out what birds we can utilise and things like that. We've got these 12 boxes here which we'll have to definitely utilise, and then we've got 8 boxes in the little loft as well that we can possibly use. Prefer not to. I actually like the extra space in this, and I can stand up and whatnot, and it's going to be easy to clean. So 12 pairs should realistically work for us, but we really yeah, I don't know how we're going to get 12 pairs, because we definitely don't have that at the moment in our stock birds. So I definitely need to have a bit of a think about that. Yeah, it's going to be fun and games, I tell you. Alright, so the boys getting pretty spoiled lately. I'm giving them a pretty good mix, just getting them ready, because soon as breeding season, whenever I'm ready to get them rolling, I want them ready to roll. So looking pretty good, especially like Leo. This other big cockbird here, he's doing pretty well as also. He's the father to the little blue bar hen that's been doing really well for us. And Titan's looking pretty good too. So they're really close to, well, they do want to just start breeding again now. So yeah, trying to separate them as much as possible. They do see the other hens a bit through in the race team and whatnot. But yeah. Let's sit down and figure out who we want to pair with who soon, which is going to be interesting. But at this point in time, I don't have too much idea. I definitely know that the blue bar there in the middle, Leo, I want to put him back with Storm again, keep them together. Seem to be doing pretty well. Unsure when I'm going to do the rest of them just yet. I definitely want to utilise this blue bar here a bit more, this big Vanderbilt, just because he produced one hen that was pretty good this season. And hopefully we can replicate that again next year, but I may change the hen that he's paired with. I may pair him with one of my hens. I think it would be a little bit better match than what we did have them paired up before. So yeah, we'll just have to think about this a little bit more. I know it would be pretty good to keep him and that one together, but I do want to try him with something else, because I think that he might be the key in that pairing for that hen. So if I feel like I pair him to one or two of my hens this season, I think that's going to be a good test, because I think that my hens generally do pretty well. They just need a bit of speed, and I think that he might be that speed that we need. So I will go into those pairings a bit more later on when we get closer, but yeah, not too far away now. I'm getting pretty excited. This is the best time of year when we start pairing them together and all that kind of business. So I'm just waiting for this last bunch to come in. There is always this one little group here that just wants to keep going and going and going. You can see the sun is almost down behind those trees. And we've got one little hen sitting on the landing board. That's one of the very few last ones I've got with the special ring on them. Beautiful little hen, that one. If you remember, she's the one that got ripped open one time, come back. I didn't think she was actually going to make it alive. In one of the first few training tosses, she come back with all the chest ripped open and undersized, so she was in a pretty bad way. She couldn't really eat or drink much. Oh, she wants to go again. She's going to join up with the group, and look at her now. She made it all the way out to a 180-kilometre race as well, so I'm pretty happy. There's a little bit of hope for her yet. Who knows, she could be the winner. She could win that special race. That would be a story, but I'm not holding my breath, but who knows. Just waiting for this bunch to come in. They're just taking their time. They're sort of just flapping around a bit, just playing. They're not racing anymore. Or the rest are all hanging around in here waiting for me to open the door so they can go in and have some food, but they're just going to have to wait a little bit, I think. Finally landed. All right, come on. Come on. Yeah, there's surprisingly a lot more out there than I thought there was. Come on. Two more. I'll sort himself out. Alright, so getting ready for the weekend. Hopefully we can get 100% returns. That's my goal for this weekend. I'm not worried about getting any of the high places, but I just want I want all my birds to come back. That's what I want. Anyway, I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. Stay tuned. We're slowly chipping away at it. And just getting closer to breeding season. Oh, there comes the no, one more to go. I'll see you very soon.